After Floyd Mayweather beat the man Manny Pacquiao in the Maypac Fight of the Century, or at least that's what they billed it as, in 2015 on May 2nd. After Manny Pacquiao lost that fight, I didn't appreciate, and as a matter of fact, I was disgusted under the approach he took in, dealing with the fact that he did lose the fight to Floyd Mayweather. You know, the man made all kind of excuses, Manny Pacquiao, and I'm a Pacquiao fan. I'm a Floyd Mayweather fan too, and I'm glad that fight we're not here in 2020 talking about the fight that we didn't get to see. Because at one point in time, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I did think that we were never gonna see that fight. I got exhausted and just talking about it. You know what I mean? So I was disgusted with how Manny approached that. Um, trying to do damage control, talking about, he injured his shoulder. The Nevada State Athletic Commission didn't let him take no penicillin or take no shots for his shoulder thing. You know what I'm saying? And to top it off, he said he won the fight. He said he won the fight, and he didn't give Floyd Mayweather credit for winning that fight. And that's unlike Pacquiao, because all Pacquiao, the losses, whether it's when he lost to Tim Bradley, the first fight, a fight where anybody who knows boxing could see that Pacquiao won that fight. He said, well, I did my best, and, the judges thought he won, so I have to agree with them. He basically said that man, he gave him credit, and he couldn't do nothing about it. He didn't say he got robbed. He gave him credit, a fight that I thought he won, and the majority of people who've seen that fight thought he won. Who else did he lose to? Jeff Horn, when he lost to Jeff Horn in Australia, a fight that he definitely won. He didn't make any excuses. Even though it was a dirty fight, he got elbowed in the head. Man was leaking from the head profusely. And, it was just a dirty tactics fight by the man, Jeff Horn. Manny Pacquiao didn't make any excuses. But why, when it came to the fight versus Floyd Mayweather, he made excuses? Well, I'm seeing a similar trend to the man. Hold up, y'all. I apologize. I had to take that important phone call. But the trend I'm seeing with what Manny Pacquiao was doing in 2015 when he lost the biggest fight of his career. Now I see Vasyl Lomachenko, who just lost the biggest fight of his career, doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Not only did he say he won that fight and he made the fight happen in the second half. He only won 4 rounds of my scorecard in the second half. So what rounds did he win? Anyways, he said he won the fight. He hasn't given Teofimo credit for beating him. Matter of fact, Lomachenko fought like a pussy in the first 7 rounds. Let's just be truthful about it. He fought like a man who didn't want to get knocked out. And it is what it is. He didn't want to get knocked out. The dude that was Lomachenko's 4th title defense at the lightweight division. Take on all comers. Wasn't he favored to win the fight? A 3.5 to 1 underdog over Teofimo Lopez? All right then, no excuses. He got his ass handed to him, straight up and down. But now Vasyl Lomachenko apparently underwent shoulder surgery on his right shoulder on Monday. Apparently he had a labrum tear. And apparently that labrum tear happened less than 48 hours before the fight with Teofimo Lopez. Sure. Okay, anyways. They say the procedure was done in Los Angeles. Well, it was a fight in Las Vegas, right? And according to Lomachenko, he experienced some, discomfort in his shoulder during training camp. You know what I mean? And even got them type of shots, them pain-killing shots heading into the fight. You know what I mean? And, they say Lomachenko initially first hurt his right shoulder in 2018 in that fight versus the man Jorge Linares, He did body him, catch him with the body shot, it with the left hook to the liver, so wasn't his right shoulder. So I can't really say that's BS because he started with his right. Now it was his left hand, but they say that this particular injury, quote unquote injury that he suffered against the man Teofimo Lopez, is not as severe as that injury that he suffered versus the man Jorge Linares. You know what I mean? But according to Lomachenko and his team, he had some discomfort coming into that fight, discomfort in his shoulder. But the Nevada State Athletic Commission, they did not find any reports or any findings that caused concern for Lomachenko's health. So they basically reevaluated his shoulder, and they see nothing wrong with his shoulder. So Kevin Iole of Yahoo Sports, he's the first to break this news about Lomachenko's latest surgery, and I'm going to read you some quotes from Kevin Iole of Yahoo Sports. He said, quote, when he came from the Ukraine for the last stages of preparation for the fight, he was having some difficulty with the shoulder. It turns out he had badly bruised the rotator cuff and chipped a piece of cartilage, which he didn't realize at the time. But we knew he'd badly bruised the rotator cuff and badly bruised the bone where the rotator cuff attaches to the shoulder. That was roughly 6 weeks before the fight, and we got him to where he was comfortable enough to train. He said he was able to train, okay, but it continued to cause him pain during the fight. We operated on him last night, and he had what we call a hemographic thickened bursitis. That's the tissue that lubricates and cushions the rotator cuff, which is where we had treated him and injected him before the fight. On the inside of the shoulder where he had previously dislocated the shoulder, he had chipped the cartilage on the inside of the socket. That was the night of the previous repair, so I did a small touch on the repair so I could cover up the bare cartilage in the front of the shoulder. End quote. So actually, these are quotes not necessarily from Kevin Iole. Kevin Iole broke the news, so these words are from Elatrachi. Who the fuck is Elatrachi? It's a guy they quote named Elatrachi told Yahoo Sports. And he's talking like he's the operator, like he knows everything inside and outside, from torn cartilage, chip, shoulder, bruise, blah, 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 blah. All it sounds to me is like a whole lot of hoopla. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Sounds like a whole lot of hoopla and a whole bunch of BS to make excuses. Lomachenko, if the Nevada State Athletic Commission let you go head on with the fight, and apparently you was even taking shots to alleviate the pain heading into the fight, then they obviously thought you was good enough to go, and you thought so too. Because if really and truly, if Vegas and the Nevada, if they knew, the casinos knew, or had any idea that this guy does have a torn injury, shoulder, labrum, whatever, those odds wouldn't have been as wide as they were. So I'm not with it. I'm not really buying it. I didn't really quite buy it when he stopped Linares. I'm sorry. I didn't believe Rigondeaux, when he talked about his hand versus Lomachenko. I'm not buying none of these things, man. You check it. And especially he had a significant it was the longest layoff of his career. That fight with Linares happened in 2018. Who did he last fight? Luke Campbell in summer of 2019. So you mean to tell me all this time between summer of 2019 till this day or last weekend, all of a sudden, your shoulder now pops out of socket and whatever? Look, man, sounds like Lomachenko's a sore loser, man. Bad sportsman, very bad sportsman. And you got what you asked for. A no rematch clause. That's exactly what you asked for, and that's what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So Be Marsh Boxley, your thoughts and comments. Let me know what y'all think about this man Lomachenko and this team making all kind of excuses. The week after the fight, the week of the fight, they was talking about what they're gonna do and how he's gonna inflict pain on the man Teofimo Lopez, which wasn't the case. He fell short, and no shame in his game. It is what it is. He's lost before. He can lose again. Be Marsh Boxley, your thoughts and comments, and I'm out of here. Peace.